The purpose of this video is to demonstrate how to create a new panel layout footprint symbol using Symbol Builder. Before we begin, it is assumed that you have some familiarity with AutoCAD and have created symbols or blocks from basic geometry. It is also assumed that you know the basics of using AutoCAD Electrical. If this is not the case, then you should stop now and start with learning the basics of AutoCAD Electrical. I am using AutoCAD Electrical 2014 for this demonstration, but this procedure works with earlier versions. Smart symbols provide a designer the ability to add intelligence to a design. This enables the extraction of data from completed designs for bills of materials, for tags, for charts. It ensures that all parts will fit, and much more. It is a best practice to create all your symbols geometry, including text, in model space. This allows you to create your geometry at full size and use the viewport to scale it to fit on paper. A new symbol can be created from using existing geometry, an existing block, or by launching Symbol Builder without selecting any objects and building your symbol from scratch. I will create a panel layout footprint symbol by using geometry selected from a drawing downloaded from a vendor website that I have already opened. In this example, the drawing geometry was downloaded from Eaton and is a motor circuit protector, or MCP. As you create your symbol, keep in mind how you want to place the symbol in the panel layout, what you want to use for the insertion point. Will it be a front view or a side view? Does it mount on a dim rail? Does it mount horizontally, vertically? Does it need a through hole for a push button? Now is the best time to make sure that the geometry that we want to use is dimensionally correct. You may need to scale your geometry because it was created in metric instead of inches, or you may need it to be in metric instead of inches. You may have to use the flatten command to make a 3D object into a 2D object. You may need to run overkill to remove overlapping and duplicate entries. Next, I isolate the geometry I want to use for the new symbol. This can be done by freezing layers, turning off layers, or deleting entities that you do not want in your symbol, such as dimensions. It is also a good idea to add a wipeout region to your symbol so that you can place it over top of other symbols, devices, lines, or other entities such as DIN rail, panels, hidden lines, etc. Now that we have the geometry ready, it is time to launch the Symbol Builder. Symbol Builder can be launched from the AutoCAD command line by typing AE Sim Builder, by selecting the Symbol Builder from either the panel or the schematic menu from toolbars, or from the components, Symbol Library, Symbol Builder. Once the Symbol Builder is launched, you must make some basic selections or accept the defaults. You can select an existing block in the drawing, select Panel Footprint, select your objects, select your insertion point, select OK. The block editor will open and the ribbon will change and two new palettes will appear. You will rarely use any of the items on the block authoring palette, so let's close it and get it out of the way. The attribute palette is the palette that we will be working with the most. I'm going to resize it, and because I put in a wipeout area, you can see that it is still on the top, and I'm going to move it to the back. On the attribute palette, These attributes are attributes that should always be in your symbol. This attribute is the world block name. This is very important because this is how AutoCAD finds catalog information for this device. We're going to change this to CB so that it will know to look in the circuit breaker table in the catalog. Some attributes should be on all symbols like the P tag 1, manufacturer, CAT, and world block name. Additional attributes that can be added would be the rating, an alt tag, other types of attributes carrying information that you would want to add manually. When you use the component editor, these attributes will appear on the main screen, with the exception of world block name. It is important to note that you can create a footprint symbol that has no attributes at all, and if you insert or edit the symbol without attributes, the editor will add the information from the catalog and dialog box as X data. Attributes are easier to work with at a later date. Once the attributes are placed on or near your symbol, you can make changes to the properties of the attributes in the block while in the block editor. I'm going to move my P tag. I'm going to change the justification to top center. I'm going to select these objects and these attributes, and I'm going to change them to invisible. While in the block editor, you can change other entities. You can add more geometry if you need to. In this case, I'm going to check all my geometry right now to make sure that they are located on layer 0 and that the color is by layer, that the line types are by layer. In some instances, you may want to have symbols with hidden lines or different colored lines, but typically you want everything on layer 0, line type and line color by layer. Now let's zoom extents. Now that all the additions and edits have been made, it is time to save the symbol. Go to the Symbol Builder tab and select Done. The name of the symbol usually begins with FP for footprint and should include the catalog number and manufacturer if possible to make finding the symbol easier. In this case, I am going to name the block Eaton HMCP. Notice that the unique identifier changed, and so did the name for the image. My pick point is still at 0. My file path is incorrect. I need to change this to panel Eaton circuit breakers. The symbol image file will be stored in the directory shown here. This image is what is used by the icon menu when you wish to insert the new symbol. Adding symbols to the icon menu is covered in another tutorial. Now that we've filled out everything in the Close Block Editor Save Symbol dialog box, we're going to select OK. It asks, do you want to insert the symbol after closing the block editor? And in this case, we're going to say yes. I'm going to zoom out, back in, so that we can place the symbol. We will get the Panel Layout Component Insert Edit dialog box. We'll select Catalog Lookup. When the catalog opens up, it should open up to the circuit breaker table. I'm going to select circuit breaker, select OK. The information will fill out here. Now, if I've already done my schematic, I can go and find a circuit breaker in a schematic. I'm going to select a circuit breaker from the schematic list and select OK. The tag fills in, the description fills in, and any other information associated with the schematic symbol would fill in here. Select OK. I have now created and inserted a new panel footprint symbol and associated it with a schematic. This concludes this tutorial.